Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nova Pro Wrestling. Another highlight card for you guys today as we get ready to come back after a 4th of July hiatus. And getting us started here today is another debuting NPW original made in-house, Maya Blake. Looking to get her first win in her debut here in NPW. And Maya Blake looks confident to get things done here today. So we'll have to see who her opponent is and what they have in store. As Maya Blake is ready for competition. And it's none other than main event winner from episode 1. Our first ever NPW Heritage Champion, Victoria Valentine, is here. Looking ready to go with the Heritage Championship over her shoulder. Now, as we said last episode, our mid-card titles are intergender, and Victoria Valentine would win a 4-person elimination match to become champion. She's looking to show the rookie what's up for grabs here today and what it means to be in NPW. Victoria Valentine is back and ready for action as your Heritage Champion. As we get started here today, Maya Blake and Victoria Valentine starting us off. NPW starts now. And Valentine going straight to work at showing Maya Blake what it's like around here in the gold and black arena. NPW, proud to be back. As I said, last week we were hoping to record 2 episodes, but due to some 4th of July restrictions celebrating America's freedom, we were only able to produce 1. But that is okay. We are back and better than ever with another 3-match classic card. And Victoria Valentine right with her right hand to Maya Blake. Locked up again, this time driving her to the corner. Maya Blake struggling early in this matchup. Referee calling for some separation. And a cheap shot from Valentine. Uppercut in the corner. Valentine in control right now. Absolutely flurrying on offense. And what are we looking for here? Sends her to the apron. Punch to the gut. Punches and kicks raining in. Look at this offense. Maya Blake in trouble. Early pin. Only a 1 count. As we said, Victoria Valentine. Oh, whoa, what is this? Going for a leverage pin, doesn't get a single count anyway. Gets caught in the fall. Collar and elbow tie up once more. But as we were saying, Victoria Valentine is your Heritage Champion right now. And these are intergender titles. Meaning not only does she have to worry about the women's division having a target on her back, she also has to worry about the men. Competitors can come from left or right. There is no safety in being a mid-card champion here in NPW. But that is the plan. That is the goal. That is what we want. Maya Blake now with a roll-up out of the collar and elbow. Only a 1 count. As Victoria Valentine flips through. Whoa. Some technical difficulties right there. We're back as Maya Blake sides Valentine over. Does not get the pinfall as Valentine rolls out of the ring. Not entirely sure what happened there, but we are back in action. Maya Blake whipping over that top rope, landing on the back of Valentine. And now a kick to the gut. And Maya Blake finally getting some offense in here. Looking to show the champion what she's about. Comeback activated as Maya Blake catches the leg, sweeps the other. It is all Blake right now as Valentine looks in trouble. Maya Blake calling for her to get to her feet. And off the springboard plants her with the DDT. catching the ankle and stomping the knee down into the ground. As Valentine trying to create some separation, crawling to the ropes. But Maya Blake is there. And look at this! Looking to fly coast to coast from Maya Blake. Showing some phenomenal aerial range out here. Valentine though had it scouted. And now looking to get her up. And Maya Blake able to fight out of that vertical suplex. Now, in the corner goes Valentine. Blake now stomping at the gut. Up and down with the double foot stomp to the gut. Using the top rope for some leverage to get some extra momentum. In and out of the ring. Trying to find some unique offense here. Maya Blake going to the second rope. Calling for Valentine to get to her feet. Kick to create some space. Went for the arm drag. Maybe caught a little bit too much space. And now she's sent tumbling to the outside. Valentine quick to follow. Taking this fight to ringside. A strong kick to the back. And Valentine looking in control here. Elbow across the face. And another complete dominance from Victoria Valentine right here. Try to find the steel sets. Blake able to catch herself. Body drop on the outside. You know that's gotta hurt. Valentine now going top rope. What could she be looking for? Blake to her feet. Valentine cross body to the outside. The champion is playing games here. In control and not breaking a sweat. As Maya Blake is being worked right now. Punches and kicks raining in and out. It's T.O. Brings her to the ground. Count of 4 now. This time, Valentine's able to connect her with those heel steps. And now, elbows raining in on the back of the head. The aggression from Valentine really on display here. Count of 6. These women need to look to get back in the ring here soon. Ref at 7. Valentine sends Blake to the inside. Valentine follows suit, and she's going to look for a pin here. Middle of the ring. 1. And still, only a 1 count this far into the matchup. You gotta think, what more is it going to take to get this win? A strong Doomsday Saito suplex from Valentine. Dropping Maya Blake on the back of that neck. Now it's her turn from the middle rope. She's going to connect with a big right arm. Getting her back up. Gets her to her feet. On the back of her head, Victoria Valentine plants her. This could be it for Maya Blake's here, folks. With a valiant effort coming out, Valentine looking to end it here. And she does it. Maya Blake still has more in the tank. Still has something left to give. But this might be the nail in the coffin. Ataxia from Valentine. 1, 2, 3. And your champion is victorious here in the opening matchup today. But what a show for Victoria Valentine and Maya Blake. Huge win for the champion. Building momentum in this hopefully long and glorious title reign. It's only up to the future to tell what's in store for Victoria Valentine. Moving on to our second matchup of the afternoon here, folks. And I think it's time for another new face to debut. Another NPW original. Coming out of Blackpool, England. It is Tyra Wells. The daughter of a multimillionaire. The body of a Greek goddess. Tyra Wells is easily one of the most dominant women, one of the most dominant competitors we have signed here to NPW. Again, an NPW original, but she's here to make a long and lasting debut here tonight as we get ready to find out who her opponent will be as Tyra Wells makes her debut in NPW. And another new debut. Rena Kaz. I'm going to butcher her last name. I apologize. But Rena is here in the NPW. And this is our first official outside signee, as Rena is brought to you by Acclaim 2K. You're familiar with Acclaim on Twitch, in the IWF community, or in the NPW comments, you know he is a long-time supporter. It has multiple characters joining us this year, and Rena is one of the first. But she has a heavy matchup against her, as Tyra Wells is not someone to take lightly. I'm going to have to look at her name card and try to give you guys a pronunciation on her last name, because I'm going to butcher it a million times. But Tyra versus Rena. Rena Kazuya. Or Kazuya. We're just going to call her Rena D for right now. And she looks to get started here on Tyra, taunting her early in this matchup, and I don't know if this is what you want to do. I don't know if you want to pick fights with a powerhouse this early. But Rena showing off her strength right now. Look at that powerbomb from the airplane spin, showing off her strength. She might be a smaller competitor, but she does not lack the strength, which was a concern going into this matchup. I mean, you look at Tyra, someone who's built strong as a huge spine buster from Rena. Hailing from Kyoto, Japan. This is an international matchup. As Rena now with a big drive-by to the side of the head. This match has been all one-sided as she is working that arm now, trying to get some damage done, take away some of that power from Tyra Wells. In the corner once again, I think she's looking for that drive-by. Has it lined up, and again it's going to connect with that drop kick to the side of the head. She is pumped right now in her NPW debut. Has her caught and sends her tumbling over the top rope. And she's going to chase, following her to the outside, sitting on the hard cam side. Now looking to work at those legs, but Tyra finally able to create some separation. Rena back to her feet quickly, sling blade connects, and a drop kick to the side of the head. You gotta think these kicks and punches to the head are going to add up quickly. We talk about wearing down your opponent, but there's no better spot to focus than the head. Yeah, you can work the legs, cut away the power, work the core, cut away some of that strength. But if you work the head, you take away all of it at once. As a big gut wrench, as we get to the count of 5, rolls through, and she's going to look for another one. 2 gut wrench suplexes on the outside. And she's going to get, no, not going to go back in. She's going to look to go top rope. Tyra, though, looks to go outside. In this match, all Rena right now. Has her arms caught. I think she's looking for a butterfly suplex. What is this? Oh my goodness. What in the offensive? Jesus Christ. Wow, I've never seen a maneuver like this before, folks. Rena is putting on a show for us. An absolute clinic. And using Tyra Wells as just an example. Oh, I'm folks, looking at the cards, looking at our pre-match notes, I really thought this was going to be a closer matchup. In fact, I thought this, if it was going to be one-sided, it would be in Tyra's favor. But this entire match so far has been Rena. As she gets Tyra into the corner. And she's looking to get her set up on the top rope. No, she's not. She's going to find some snake eyes, though. And she looks to go to the middle rope. calling for Tyra to get to her feet. Big drop kick from the middle rope. Now into a pin. One. Only a 1 count though. Tyra proving she has some resiliency deep inside of her. And now time for a head crank. Like I said, absolutely just working at the head and neck of Tyra. That damage adds up quick. Tyra now to her feet, gets caught. Look at the strength from Rena. She just hits a crucifix bomb on Tyra Wells, throwing her across the ring. And I mean, what a display. Speechless here at the announce desk of what we have just seen. As Rena dominates in her debut. I think it's clear that this woman has nothing but title aspirations on her mind. As a squash match has unfolded. And it is time, folks, for the main event. No title on the line, but we do bring you fatal 4-way action. And he is back, ladies and gentlemen! From the ICWE, making his return. It is none other than the Kenny Banks. He heard that ICWE was back. He heard there was a new look and a new style to the company. And he said, I want in. Another call brought to us by acclaimed Kenny Banks, looking to get a win in his return to the company. A fan favorite once again stepping into the squared circle here. Try me, I'll make you famous, he says. Kenny Banks. Showing off for the crowd what he does best. High energy, high intensity, and most of all, a winning spirit behind this man. As Kenny Banks looks to re-debut in the house that he built last year. But who will his opponents be? And it's another NPW original. Jalen Creed making his debut in our main event tonight. This is going to be a high stakes matchup as 4 men look to get a huge win here tonight and hopefully set themselves on a path for success going forward. I will tell you, all 4 men in tonight's main event are making their first ever debut, or re-debut in the case of Kenny Banks and NPW. But the rookie, Jalen Creed, looks ready to go here, folks. And I am just jaw-dropped by the size of this man. And he makes his way down to the ring. A strong, strong competitor we have here. Getting ready to make a name for himself. Here in the NPW. As It's time to meet the final competitor. Who could it be? Can it be? There's no way! It is! We saw DeMonte and Angel Olivia Kelly come over last week. We knew the door was open. But the first true guest has made his arrival as Blue freaking Jay is here in the NPW. What a huge moment for the NPW to have such a star come and join us for tonight. Now, obviously, a lot of questions on people's mind. How often will we see a face like Blue Jay here in the NPW? We know, just like DeMonte and Angel, crowd is going crazy for him already, but we know, just like DeMonte and Angel, the IWF, oh my god, the crowd is going nuts for Blue Jay. They don't have timing, though. They gotta work on some timing. They're not used to it here. But these IWF signees, some other responsibilities. They're not gonna be here often, so you gotta think, what happens if a name like Blue Jay, a man like DeMonte, a winner like Angel Olivia Kelly, what happens if one of them gets their hands on these titles in the NPW? Do we just go down a title until they can work around their schedule? Do they leave the IWF to focus here? These are questions later that need to be answered. But for those who don't know, Blue Jay is signed to the IWF. He is brought to you by Angry Savage in the chat, in the comments. But make sure to show some love. Show some love for Acclaim as he brought us Kenny Banks and Luke Bradford. Two more of his causes. Luke Bradford with a huge moonsault for a big man. But let's get this match underway now. Fatal 4-way. First man to score a pin wins. Kenny Banks with a huge crossbody. Jalen Creed working on Blue Jay. It's going to be a lot of chaos in this match. No DQ, no disqualification, no countout. But like I said, no elimination. Like right there, they can't let Langford get a pin there. I keep forgetting his name. Luke Bradford. Luke Bradford, LB. Bradford now taking out Jalen Creed, doesn't connect. Kenny Banks is going to take out Blue Jay. Jalen Creed now held in the hands of Kenny Banks. He's going to fight out of it. And Bradford sends to the outside. Blue Jay looking to fly. Already making himself a highlight reel here in NPW. Kenny Banks gets caught by Jalen Creed. Kick to the gut. Punches and chops raining in. Kenny Banks now looking to gain control over Jalen Creed. Big crossbody connects. And Blue Jay manhandling Bradford on the outside. But gets caught by Creed, not paying attention. Leg sweep catches him on the outside as Kenny Banks going top rope. Looking to fly. Missile drop kick to Luke Bradford on the right side of the ring. Now, it's Jalen Creed. Look at the strength, piling him up for a pile driver on the outside. Check his neck. Now Blue Jay sends Kenny Banks into the crowd. Kenny Banks gonna fight. Kenny Banks now in trouble. Big strike to the gut. With the kendo stick swinging for the fences. Kenny Banks now in control of Blue Jay, but here comes Bradford with a hammer straight to Jalen Creed and to Kenny Banks, and again to Banks before he tosses the hammer to the ground. Blue Jay wanted the elbow drop, not going to connect. Not going to connect with it. Excuse me. Big crossbody from Bradford. Flying forearm as well. For a big man, he sure can move. Kenny Banks now wants a piece of the action. Gonna get caught. And Bradford with a sky-high spine buster into the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Jalen Creed and Blue Jay too busy fighting each other to get there. Jalen Creed now looking for something of his own. Rampage DDT to Blue Jay. I think Bradford's going to get there to break it up, and he is. Big time matchup unfolding, and the ref is down. I repeat, the ref is down as Bradford moonsault from the middle rope. It's now Blue Jay going underneath the ring. He's going to find a baseball bat. And Kenny Banks is knocked to his feet immediately. Jalen Creed, though, fighting back against Bradford on the inside. You know, he's probably looking for something big here of his own. And caught. And another, this time rotating over the shoulder, planting him on the top of the head. Somebody's got to get there. 1, 2, and Blue Jay does get there, but the ref is down again. Referee is going to need a pay raise with all of these ref bumps she's taking here tonight. Kenny Banks gets Blue Jay up and sends him down with a vertical suplex. Looking for Bradford, but Creed also was. Gonna have a little bit of miscommunication there. Kenny Banks now 2 power slams being delivered to him by Bradford, and Blue Jay gonna go for the roll-up. Jalen Creed unable to break it up. Back and forth action unfolding here, folks. It is still any man's fight. Blue Jay and Creed take control. Both two men knocked to the ground. It's Blue Jay now sending Creed into the corner. Spinning kick. What the fuck? What was that? Kick out at 2. Kenny Banks unable to get there. Back, folks. Another brief intermission. So many distractions today, but we are back in this matchup. Blue Jay and Kenny Banks working together to clear the ring. And a money kick. I believe he calls that the payday. Now Kenny Banks. Shot-out splash. It doesn't connect. He's putting many away with that move, and Blue Jay had it scouted. Isn't going to connect with it. That double end shot from Bradford doesn't connect with Kenny. Blue Jay now chasing after Creed. Kenny and Luke Bradford fighting on the inside, and Blue Jay looking to get violent, tossing the stairs. Trying to get the crowd on his side, but he's a little too distracted. Handoff connects with the blow with the room. And Kenny Banks just cleaning house on the far side of the ring. But Bradford wants to join the party. Kenny Banks and Jalen Creed, though, oh my god, swinging for the fences. Call him Barry Bonds. Blue Jay now looking to get him in the ring. Create some separation here. Big spinning kick to the spine. It is still anybody's fight. Blue Jay once again wants the stairs. This time he's going to connect with Jalen Creed. Looks for Bradford. Doesn't connect him, but Kenny Banks is just buried under them. Kenny now gets Bradford in the ring. He needs to get in there himself. All 4 men fighting on the far side still. Blue Jay now with a Claymore kick to the jaw. Bradford looking to fly, and he does, taking out Blue Jay. Blue Jay and Kenny both looking for the win here. Jalen Creed calling for something big. Jalen Creed is looking for one of those huge DDTs on the outside, and he's not going to connect with it. Blue Jay staring down Kenny Banks. And Blue Jay tossing those stairs, but not going to connect, but Kenny Banks catching him off guard and flies. It's now Kenny Banks up top of a diving crossbody. action needs to spill back into the ring here for somebody to win. It's Creed now. Has him up, and he's looking for that DDT. Spikes him on the outside. Creed, Blue Jay in the ring. Blue Jay sends Creed into the ropes. Claymore kick on the inside. That could be it. Well, oh, the run. It's knocked out by Bradford rolling in the ring, and Creed's going to be able to kick out. Smart play by Bradford, making Creed spend that energy on a kick out, focusing on disabling the ref at first. Now it's Blue Jay. Oh no, Blue Jay caught Jalen Creed. Roll over Spike. Somebody has to get there now. One. And Bradford does. That could have been the match. Kenny Banks looking for a powerbomb, but he's going to get flipped over the shoulders. And now Bradford looking to get the win. Creed gets it. I think Blue Jay's been busted open. Jalen Creed, look at the slide. Kicks the ankle. Ankle lock is in. Middle of the ring. Nowhere to go. But Blue Jay is there to break it up. Super kick to the back of the head for good measure. It's now Kenny. Previous moonsault over from Blue Jay. 1, 2. Kenny knows it wasn't going to be enough, so he just watches. Kenny Banks waiting patiently on that apron. And Blue Jay's had enough. Creed has had enough as he takes out Kenny Banks. Kenny Banks, just sent toppling into those stairs. Blue Jay now has him on the middle rope. Knee to the back to Bradford. Blue Jay from middle rope to Conjito. Connects. Float over. Tiger bomb to Creed. Is this enough? Blue Jay covered in blood. 2. Kick out from Creed at 2. He's been going to war right now with each other. Bradford back in the ring. Claymore kick to Bradford. Kenny Banks has to get there. 1, 2. And he's just a little late, but Bradford kicks out anyway. Kenny Banks looking for something big. Has the arm caught. Look at that rollover backfire. And Jalen Creed cleaning house. He needs to get a pin here. And he doesn't want it. What is he doing? All 3 men are down. He wants Blue Jay. He wants Bradford. He wants Kenny Banks. He tries to connect with both of them on the drop kick, but it's not enough. Kenny Banks with the German. Creed with the backstabber. Kenny Banks gets the arms up. Big forearm to the face. And outside chasing Bradford. I don't think this is the move. I think he could have put Creed away here. He's chasing Bradford and he's too distracted as German suplex connects from Jalen Creed. Like I said, he's a little too distracted here. Looking to fly. Elbow drop to the outside. And a big kendo stick shatters across the back as it hits Jalen Creed. Mike spilling to the outside now. Creed in control of Banks. Blue Jay fighting out of the hold from Bradford. Into the ring goes Bradford. Into the ring goes Creed. No, he doesn't. Face first off the apron as Bradford slides back out. Blue Jay celebrating. Maybe a little too premature. Kenny Banks slides over the top of Bradford's shoulder. Able to create some separation. Kenny Banks spinning torpedo uppercut. And now showing off what he's got here. Things are getting violent, folks, as this match slowly just evolves into more and more chaos. Blue Jay now. Yeet! Tweet! Cracks open Kenny Banks. And another kendo stick being shattered on the outside. Face first off the apron. There's blood. There's carnage. There's everything you could want in this matchup. As Bradford now drives Blue Jay into the barricade. And sends Creed afterwards. He needs to get somebody in the ring. Blue Jay able to create some separation. Another kendo stick found. Kenny Banks still able to slide out of the way. What is he doing? Gets caught taunting. Into the pin. I think Bradford's going to get there, though. And he does. Ankle lock. Creed found the ankle lock. Is Bradford going to tap? And Bradford taps before Blue Jay can break it up! Holy hell! Jalen Creed steals one when nobody's looking. What a finish! What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Creed is gonna get the win in mischievous fashion. What a win here, folks, for Jalen Creed. A quick recap of our card. We opened up the card with Maya Blake facing off against NPW Heritage Champion Victoria Valentine. And an impressive showing from both women. It would be Valentine coming out on top, putting away Maya Blake with the pinfall. Match 2, we had Tyra Wells versus Rina Kazuya. And this was a one-sided affair. Rina in her debut absolutely dominating Tyra Wells. Rina looking to make her name for herself here in the NPW. In our main event, Four Faces debuting and re-debuting as Kenny Banks returns to the company, rebranded. He was here in the ICWE days. He's now back for the NPW era. Kenny Banks takes on Jalen Creed, Luke Bradford, and Blue Jay. Blue Jay coming to us from the IWF. But in the end, it would be Jalen Creed sneaking out a win, making Luke Bradford tap in the middle of the ring with the ankle lock. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been Ice Cold Chris here presenting NPW Nova Pro Wrestling. If you have enjoyed the card, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you want to see coming up in the future episodes, and I promise that we will deliver non-stop great wrestling. This has been NPW, and we will see you in the next one.